Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's David Nguyen, your Sophos product manager here at Bluechip Infotech. Wonderful to see every single one of you here. We got about 20 people on board right now. 20 people. That's amazing. Wonderful. Thank you for joining me on a Thursday afternoon in the middle of June. Gosh, June? It's already June. I can't believe it. It's the busiest month of the year. And let's just do some housekeeping, right? Let's just do some housekeeping. We're keeping it fun and active. It's just me today, all right? It's just me today. No one else is going to tell me how to run my own webinar, all right? So I'm going to have some fun with it. I'm going to make this like a Twitch chat, guys. Everyone can put whatever they want, all right, inside of the questions panel. I know it's a questions panel, but I'll be reading it out like a Twitch chat, if you guys know what a Twitch chat is, like a live stream kind of thing. I'll be talking to you, having a ball, having some fun, learning some golden nuggets about Sophos MDR and all about the success strategies I'm doing. Oh, what's this? I love you too, man. I'm not gonna, it's anonymous, this chat right here. It's anonymous. So I'm going to only call everyone by their initials. Okay, you can type whatever you want, but I'll be having a ball, okay? And someone just said, I love you. So I love you back. Mr. A, I love you back, all right? So that's so good there. I'm gonna bring some energy into it. We're gonna talk about some MDR. We're gonna talk about my version of what I've always wanted to tell partners, the most efficient and effective methods in order to try to tell you what MDR is and go to market. Okay, there's going to be a bit of recap if you've been in part of our webinars before. There's going to be a little bit of rehash in order to tell everyone what's going on inside of the market space and just what MDR is at the basic level. But after that, I really want to look at some case studies, some strategies that have been super effective, the conversations I've had with partners, with people who have been successful inside of that space, and how they approached it, how they go to market. We have two specific case studies that I want to take a look at, two partners. I'm not going to mention their names, and of course some details are a little bit blurred in order to keep some privacy, but it's some good ideas and some good insights to think about when everyone's there. So literally just while we're waiting, we're going to start around the 5-minute mark because some people are still joining. All right, we've got about 25 people here right now, which is really wonderful. Thank you for joining, guys. Let's talk about some latest cybersecurity attacks. Right, if you have any commentary and insights, just punch them inside of the questions panel right here as well, as we can take a look at it. I think the latest is like the latest one that we all kind of know of is the financial, Latitude Financial. All right, they had I think they reported a statute. They got hacked in March, by the way, March, so quite recently. But they reported a first half statutory loss of about 95 to 105 million after their cyber attack, which closed or severely restricted their ability to earn income for 5 weeks. For anyone who didn't know about the Latitude financial attack, it affected initially what they reported to be about 328,000 individual customers, but after that it grew to about 14 million customers, right? Which is kind of crazy, considering that they didn't know. Yeah, not poggers at all, Mr. K. Not poggers at all, man. Considering that they had no idea just the extent of the attack that was going on them. Full names, physical addresses of customers, email addresses, phone numbers, date of birth, driver's license, and passport numbers all released. All right, and that information was stored all the way from 2005, which is kind of crazy because you'd be thinking, why would they be storing information past that 7-year record date? So, the government was and federal cyber agencies were going to intervene and whatnot, and we don't know the full extent of the attack and whatnot, but just some updates on that. It's rather pressing and rather worrying that we're hearing just more and more companies being attacked constantly by ransomware, by cybersecurity, and all that. But there's the latest there. If you guys want to take a quick squiz of that, I'm going to start the slideshow. We've got around 30 people here right now. So incredible. Let's go ham, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ham. Let's see what we got waiting for us here today. Okay, so the agenda is we're going to recap on MDR, just kind of a little bit what about. It's going to be a fast and sharp version. It's going to be my version, really. In the case that you gave me a call and one day it was like, hey, what is it and how do I go to market? It's going to be some case studies and strategies. We're going to talk about some of the incentives that are on this quarter, especially because it's the end of financial year and Sophos is about to do some magic inside of the MDR space. And then we're going to play some trivia. around the 45-minute mark using CrowdPer. So get your phones out, or get your if you're next to a laptop or something like that. We're going to play some trivia, and there are some awesome prizes to be won today. First place prize takes a Samsung soundbar and a subwoofer package worth around $400, so it's really great feat of speaker system there. And second and third place also gets a $50 gift card. So lots of stuff to worry about and pay attention to. Gonna love giving out these prizes, and then after that we announce the winners and it's lunchtime. So I hope I can keep this to time, but if in case we do go a little bit overboard, I do apologize. A lot of content to cover. Also, I'm a little bit congested today, so this is going to be a journey for me. Let's see what we got. Start up that slideshow. Nice. Okay, everyone can see my screen. This is good. This is good. All right, we're going to recap what is MDR. Just what is MDR in general? Managed detection and response, for anyone who doesn't know. Okay, Sophos is managed detection and response. And I feel like we have to start with context, obviously. Cybersecurity right now is extremely difficult. It's extremely complex. Everyone is falling prey and falling victim. The major organizations that we all know and love are not keeping up with their levels of protection. We can clearly see it. We talked about Latitude Financial just now, but I don't have enough fingers on my hands to list the amount of organizations that are attacked right now by cybersecurity, by ransomware, being affected on all levels. Okay, and lots and lots of data has been breached. Lots of data has been leaked to active adversaries, and it is difficult in order to keep up with it, right? And how are you, or how are we rather, as professionals, as experts inside of the industry, meant to keep up with these kind of cyber attacks, which we can't even see? The amount of vulnerabilities out there right now that are, that are just waiting to be discovered and waiting to be exploited in order to, in order to gain a financial foothold, or rather any type of foothold inside a network. It's crazy. We can't effectively manage it on their own, and we have to admit that. I think the first step is admittance, right? That is that is something that I thought that we want to keep in mind when we think about MDR, think about cybersecurity, right? The cybersecurity challenge right now is complex, it's difficult, it's crazy, and cyber threats themselves are growing in terms of volume, in terms of sophistication. Okay, the sophistication attacks, the new types of organizations are constantly increasing, and all the people that are carrying out these attacks, okay, they're always appearing under new names, under new aliases, and no one can keep track of them. So how do we defend against that? Okay, how do we defend against a 78% increase in ransomware over the last 12 months, according to the latest ransomware 22 report right there? And the knock-on impact is that our ability to operate is reduced. It affects businesses. It's very disruptive to a wide range of organizations. Organizations are getting overwhelmed by the volume of tools it's taking in order to protect against cybersecurity threats. Okay, staying up to date and consuming the output of these tools and all the alerts and the data that comes from all these tools, from the different products, it's completely overwhelming, and IT teams and security operations teams cannot keep track. Okay, that is an extremely present point right now. And of course, hiring people, cybersecurity experts, is such a challenge. It's very challenging. It's a competitive market space out there. It's a distraction to you and your organization if that isn't a part of your core business. Okay, in order to set up practices that deal with cybersecurity effectively, and if you're not dedicated to it, hiring, training, and retaining talent is these days almost impossible. There's a whole bunch of stats on the screen right now, but that is the summary of currently what we're thinking, of currently what is at the forefront of the cybersecurity challenge, right? So what is the solution really quickly? And what has Sophos come out with in order to try and see, and in order to try and solve all of this? Okay, it's MDR, it's Managed Detection and Response. For anyone who doesn't know, it is an instant security operations center. Okay, it's a 24/7 operation center staffed by highly skilled cybersecurity experts and individuals, over 500 of them that operate around the sun. Okay, that fully detect, protect, and respond to all of the threats inside that end up inside of an organization's network. All right, it's full incident response capabilities. All right, and that ultimately leads to superior cybersecurity outcomes for your clients. Okay, I without a doubt one of the leading cybersecurity security operation centers in the market right now, and Sophos is going ahead with what they have. Okay, and I know for a fact that I think this slide is one that represents managed detection response really, really well. On average, what is their response times? Okay, we take a look at it. It takes 1 minute to detect, 25 minutes to investigate, and 12 minutes to remediate, effectively an entire threat. All right, which is kind of insane because they've seen average response times of some of the fastest internal security operations centers built by private and other organizations. The fastest they've seen is about 3.7 hours in order to do this. Okay, with the median, the average being 16 hours, and the slowest being 30 hours. And I feel like that's pretty absurd, right? It takes. Why is it faster to remediate a threat that I wouldn't be able to see on my network than it takes me to go and get a coffee at a North Sydney Monday morning? It's it's a bit wild and it's extremely impressive. But there's a reason for that. It's because they see over 30 billion threat alerts from their 15,000 customers, and they ingest all that data and all that telemetry, and they are on top of their game. Whereas internal security operations centers would only be able to see a glimpse of that depending on their partner base. So, turning a 3.7 hour incident response time to 38 minutes is rather damn impressive, I'd say. Already, 99.98% of threats are automatically blocked by Sophos's agents and XDR anyway, so these are only the threats that make it through. Okay, so huge one there. Let's keep going. Oh, that's right. You are able to see monthly and weekly cybersecurity reports at a whim with Sophos, and I think like this is specifically something that I wanted to show you guys. So what I'm going to do is just give you guys examples of the weekly, monthly reports. Here we go. I just want to show you guys, just so you guys can have a quick squiz of what's going on. Awesome. Okay. So inside of the weekly and monthly reports for that 24/7 service that I was just mentioning, okay, you have all manner of stats that you can present down to your clients, right? The short and sharp version. Okay, you've got all the devices that are actively sending telemetry, which is good, so you can keep it, up to date and up to speed. All the cases that are happening, what's in progress, what's new, what's resolved, any of the detections that are going on within the week, just so you can report down to your customers, keep them loyal and sticky, and of course, all of the summaries that go on inside of the network that's going on. Monthly, as well, you can see the event pipeline, all the detections, which ones led to cases, which ones led to escalations, which ones led to incidents, the total licenses deployed and how much you have left, how much you might have. We also have all the MDR cases that are in progress, just like on the weekly report, and by type, if you want to categorize what you want as well. So all of that there in the monthly reports, and a whole bunch of summaries of the cases that are happening when you look at MDR. And all the detections, of course, on a monthly basis, categorized in low, medium, high. So it's extremely detailed reports, and a good way to just see what the team is up to, the Sophos team are up to. Because if it's all working, you're not going to see anything, and that's kind of that's usually the worst part of delivering a security service like this. Not being able to see what's going on, and therefore not knowing the value of what you're presenting down to your clients. So with these kind of reports, you will be able to bring that down to your clients in order to tell them, hey, this is happening on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, etc., which is fantastic. And if you do get a threat, okay, you will be able to see a threat report. A lot of these, this is an example threat report from the MDR team themselves. Okay, they will send you a full, all the details about what happened in executive summary, a timeline of how, when, and where that threat was found, how it was remediated, how it was eliminated, all the technical details behind it as well, in the case that you want to see what's going on, all the executors and all the logs behind it as well. So this comes from the MDR team anytime that a threat is actually detected and resolved. I'm not going to lie to you, I can't understand most of it, but in the case that you really needed to know for cyber insurance purposes that everything was good to go, this is extremely useful. So I just wanted to point that out. I just wanted to share with you guys some of the reports that you see with MDR. So going back to just MDR as a service, right? And how you would, license it, how you would go to market with it, and how Sophos offers it. Okay, there are 3 tiers of service for MDR. If you start on the left-hand side, we have Threat Advisor. Okay, this is for an organization that has its own security operations center. You want to get the benefits of MDR, but you don't want them to remediate or eliminate the threat. You want it as an extension to your own. I believe that we should start in the middle in order to what you want to seriously consider. Sophos MDR, the normal MDR, okay, is for organizations that want investment or feel they're more comfortable owning that full scale incident response part of that service within their own organization. You will have MDR will have the ability to isolate. They'll be able to contain the threats and also escalate any high priority incidents, but you will carry out the incident response, okay, in the case that you wanted to have that control over it. And then of course there is MDR complete. Okay, everything I've talked about previously plus full scale incident response. So you're fully outsourcing all of your worries to Sophos, and you're not worrying the day-to-day about what's happening. And this is the most popular one, simply because at the end of the day, everything that is happening on the ground, okay, you won't have to worry about, because Sophos will fully remediate and eliminate all those threats. All the events correlated, all of the outcomes will then be reported to you with full root cause analysis, and of course, the ability to prevent future attacks, knowing what kind of exploits that they've taken advantage of. Okay, and that is the most powerful offering that you want to invest in and provide to your clients, because that is something that you most likely won't be able to offer to your clients based on the circumstances around securing your own security operations center and developing yourself. We've got a quick one here. Will there be recording? My boss just rang me, Mr. on the start. Yeah, of course there'll be a recording. Don't worry, we'll shoot that down to everyone when that goes on. If there's any other questions, you guys are more than welcome to push them into that questions panel as we go. Okay. Next up, just another really good point about MDR while we're recapping it. Okay, Sophos MDR includes integrations with all tiers of Sophos products. So if you're already in the ecosystem, it's an amazing time in order to get in. We also acknowledge that there is a large volume of organizations that have installed Microsoft, okay, and third-party protection. So they integrate. So MDR will integrate at no extra cost, no additional cost with Microsoft. Data retention is 90 days. Okay, 90 days by default. It's increased. So there is a larger time window for everyone in order to have security events that can be detected and investigated, whether whether it's in 24 hours or that 90-day time period. So it includes all of the integrations into Sophos Firewall, because I know a lot of our clients here are doing XGS, into email, all the endpoint protections and XDR there as well. So and third-party endpoint protection. You heard it right. third party. Okay, so if anyone doesn't know, and it's already famous enough, third party as in CrowdStrike, SentinelOne, Checkpoint, the major players, okay, out there, Malwarebytes, Sophos MDR will read into their telemetry, so you do not have to rip and replace. And that is the kicker. That's the kicker. You don't have to rip out and replace your current endpoint protection in order to bring on Sophos MDR and have an instant security operations center. Okay, you can put it right in there, and you will be able to have a 24/7 service. That's the kicker. Of course, there's more add-on integrations in the case that you want. Okay, we've got third-party firewalls, email, network identity, and public cloud as well. We got all the vendors on screen. There's more. There's an entire integrations page, so you can take a look at that whenever you want. It's on the Sophos MDR webpage. You can just Google it. But Palo, Fortinet, Checkpoint, Cisco, SonicWall, Proofpoint for email as well. It is, and the list is ever expanding. Okay, and of course you can get 1-year data retention if you so choose. So there's a whole bunch of add-on packs that you can get in order to make sure that you have everything that you need. We've got another question, please. All right, okay. We've got Mr. J just mentioning really quickly that we've asked a question, the whole mixed tenancy thing. Okay, the mixed tenancy thing, right? I'll explain that really quickly. So essentially, when you're in MDR, rather when you're in the Sophos ecosystem on MDR Complete specifically, you can't mix and match the servers and the endpoints. You can't have a tier of servers on, let's just say, Central Intercept X Advanced, okay, and then have the endpoints on MDR Complete. You need both of these service levels to be on MDR Complete. This is only for MDR Complete. Okay, so I mean, of course, that allows you, in order to activate your $1 million breach protection warranty, which we will cover in a little bit, but it is, can't have mixed estates there. So that is, that's that. And while we're speaking about the $1 million breach protection warranty, okay, I'll basically just really quickly cover that. Yes, Sophos does have a $1 million breach protection warranty. Woo! It's really good. It's included with MDR Complete, okay, annual term subscriptions, and I'm pretty sure it's on MSP Flex as well. But if you have 1, 2, and 3-year licenses, you don't have to opt in or anything like that. $1 million in response expenses in the case that you get breached, okay? It's comprehensive coverage for all of your endpoints and servers in Windows, Mac with no geographic limits. Okay, and that's the kicker. That's the kicker. In the case that you're hesitant about what happens if you do get breached, Sophos will cover you. It is underwritten by Sophos in their confidence. Okay, and I think that's really that is a bold example of putting money where your mouth is. Okay, $1 million breach protection, and Sophos, and that is why that mixed tenancy thing that Mr. J mentioned comes up, because they want to make sure that all bases are covered. Put it simply, Mr. J. So with that $1 million breach protection warranty, you get up to $1 million of coverage per year. It's $1,000 per qualifying device. No contract term limitations, because it's included on all 1, 2, and 3-year agreements. There's no additional license purchase. It's pretty damn solid for what it is, and it's automatically included. There's no need to request it. Of course, if renew it, it's still there. Includes ransomware, data breach notification, legal and PR and stuff. There's a whole bunch of other vendors that do a kind of warranty like this. I'm not really going to go into them, simply because I'm not an expert inside their product, but also because I know that they have limitations based on their contracts and stuff. So Sophos is pretty damn good just for having the ease of acknowledging that their MDR Complete protection service will cover you in the case that there is some type of breach, that something does happen. I just wanted to put this slide up in order to just highlight where you may sit, okay, inside of your journey as an MSP, because we're going to start talking about that right now. We're going to start talking about if you're, or rather you have to start considering if you want to offer MDR as an MSP or a value-added reseller or MSSP, there are gaps. There are gaps in your partner offering that may be addressed with MDR. And, besides having, of course, instant security operation center and full incident response, um, can you have 24/7 around the sun coverage? Okay, can you cover your customers for financial damages in the case that your 24/7 SLA is fails, for example? There are a whole bunch of things that we need to be honest about as experts and professionals in the field uh, that are just simply too hard and too costly to deal with in the case that something goes down. If your reputation, of course, as a business will also suffer in the case that you cannot provide that SLA, that level of protection that you've got as well. Here we go. And we've got another question from Mr. M. What agents does this customer need on their endpoint to be fully protected by MDR complete when working properly? So I think the best way to answer that, Mr. M, is the agents you would need is simply MDR. Well, MDR complete already includes XDR and Central Intercept X advanced, so you actually don't need any agent except for the Sophos XDR agent on your PC, if that's what you're asking. So it's not as if you need some crazy haywire third-party solution or something like that. It's once you have MDR complete on your rolled down via whatever you choose to, then you're good to go. Yeah, it's actually rather quite simple. Yeah, thought so. No, that all good, all good, all good. And we can have another discussion about kind of rolling that down as well. But this won't be, a technical sort of session. It's just basically covering what is MDR, so we can get on to the success strategies and whatnot. So cool. Glad I solved your question. Okay, so when you're going to market as a partner, all right, with MDR, there's usually a few popular strategies that kind of happen. All right, the first one is you basically white label your own instant security operations center, and you offer it down to your clients as your own. Okay, or you don't have to white label it, which is what we're going to get into in a little bit as well. There's another partner who's not doing so, but you can offer that. You can offer that instant security operations center with active threat hunting, complete threat protection, notification, remediation, reporting, and everything there. So that is the most popular, simply because of how easy it is to do so, and Sophos is designed in order to do so. If you want to maintain your own security operations center, all right, that's point number 2 here. You want to recruit, you want to hire, retain, and do all the threat hunting yourself and deliver those incident response times because you're charging for that kind of service. Of course, no problem. You can use Sophos MDR to extend that service. Notification only mode, for example, is where you basically allow the MDR team to only notify you. Very simple there. And you can leverage your other capabilities to complement your team, and of course, just expand service hours, for example, or extend service into geographies, part of your own SLAs. Okay, or if you prefer, you can deliver your own bespoke or service depending on what you want, and you can just use XDR, not MDR. We're just going down to XDR now because that is available in order to build on your own MDR service. So it's a DIY. Do it yourself, because XDR has that technology, AI automation, threat intel, connectors, and all of the good stuff that you can do. So plenty of things that you might want to consider as just a starting point as a partner who's offering that kind of service to customers. Okay, and if you're already entrenched inside of the Sophos ecosystem, okay, there's a whole bunch of things that you can do, some good sales plays just to start off with, in the case that you want some ideas in order to go through. So if customers are already on MDR, let's start on the second. Let's start on the second panel. If you have customers on Intercept X and XDR, which is a vast majority of the Sophos partner base out there we have right now, okay, you can build on your Sophos endpoint and of course attach a 24/7 threat hunting solution to it. Okay, that leverages Sophos's, and all the third-party investments you have. If you have Sophos firewalls out there, okay, MDR of course takes that telemetry and integrates it completely free. So it is a good point in order just to attach 24/7 threat hunting and an instant security operations center in the case that you have those firewalls. So all good plays there. But if you have new prospective Sophos customers, okay, and they want to stop breaches, they want to save money, and of course you want to save money on stuff when you're meeting a 24/7 service like that. Uh, you know, Sophos MDR. How else can I say it, right? Always a good point. And of course, if you already have customers on MDR, you can increase their telemetry and increase their protection by having those integration packs. Okay, extending your defense, increasing your return on investment, um, and all that kind of jazz. So just some quick points in order to put out there. Okay, we've got some handy tools that you can start using straight away on the Sophos Partner Portal. Okay, we've got the proposal generator or anything inside of the asset library. And you know what? I'm gonna walk you through it real quick, because these are the most useful tools just to have in general when you're using, when you're offering MDR to clients. And I'll show you how easy it is in order to start pricing it up for yourself, because everyone's gonna ask that question. Price, what's going on, price, and Sophos will help you with that using the proposal generator. So let's I'm gonna quickly walk you through a demo. Make it short, sharp, and simple. Nice. Inside of the partner portal, the Sophos partner portal, and I'm just gonna sign in real quick. Oh, here we go. Incredible. 4 steps, all right, in order to have an MDR proposal straight away, basically at your doorstep. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly fill it in, make it real quick. I'm gonna call myself Bluechip because hey, I'm from Bluechip. Just gonna put David, and we are in Australia. I'm gonna be a retail service today. Okay, highly recommend everyone, if they want to follow along with me or find the MDR proposal generator, it's under the services tab inside of MDR proposal generator right here. We've got about, let's say 250 users, 250 workstations. I've got some customer issues. They've got phishing threat. I'm sorry, they're getting phished a lot. So phishing threats. And you can add whatever you want as a custom thing here. You can add any kind of major issues that you're seeing. Right, accentuate for the point of it. We've got 25 servers and we've got 12 offices. I wish we did, but we don't. We have 5. And then we're going to add some products. We're going to add just MDR in general. If you don't want to use this as a proposal to your end customer as well, you can just kind of see what the pricing is like inside of MDR. We can go with 25 servers as well. When I say MDR products, searching for it, you can search for each level or each tier of the MDR products. So you've got normal MDR, and MDR complete, for example. So, hello. That'll blast out, just a quick RFP of what's going on. There's integration products, professional services in the case that you want MDR guided onboarding, like a team that's going to help you put it together from square one without needing to worry about too much. But I want to integrate firewalls, for example, and I also want to integrate, another email provider, like let's say Proofpoint, and we add that in. And it's that quick and simple. Kind of speeding through it because I want to just make sure that you guys can see what's happening, what is it, what it is, and how it kind of works. Whoop, making a lot of typos here. My O doesn't work. How strange. Okay, exactly when I needed to. Either way, put together this, and you can get to select the tier that you want, what you want to highlight, the benefits and the feature sets, and of course anything that you don't want at the end of the day. And let's just bring it out. Let's bring it out as a PowerPoint, just so I can quickly show you what's going on and how simple it is in order to build something that's really, really cool and customizable. So here we go. Great. So big disclaimer, convert it to PDF before sending it outside. But inside of this proposal that's just been generated for me by Sophos, really cool tool. You've got a big introduction, just talking about the security landscape and cyber risk mitigation technologies, and some good introductions by Gartner there as well. But straight up, MDR, what it's capable of, why Sophos, the organization that you're putting it through, Bluechip in this case. I've turned French in my typo, so that's great. Some of the highlights and stuff. Of course, you can type your own and make it all customizable a little bit. But some good stats, cybersecurity reports, insight from their ex-ops teams who deals inside of that space every single day. A big solution summary, which tells you what you're in for, what level of service that you've selected, the connectors, all that kind of jazz. Just print it out really, really nicely. The pricing summary or RRP, and of course you can fix this up to whatever you want to be, depending on, of course, what you're offering down to your clients. This is just RRP for the sake of RRP. There is also a really, really great total cost of ownership comparison, wherein the cost to build the service yourself on average, and of course you can fix these numbers up, the people that it would take in the case that you wanted to build that cybersecurity service yourself, and the processes, all of that kind of stuff, and what it would cost them. Okay, and of course, like I said, it's all customizable, but it's a good comparison in order to show them what it would be in order to achieve that same level of service, should you want it. Okay, breach protection warranty, just like we discussed before, the $1 million breach protection warranty, and what happens in the case that they have any doubts, in the case something does happen, and bam, next steps. You agree to the proposal, there's a full health check that gets covered out. MDR software is deployed, third-party telemetry is connected, and Bob's your uncle. You got a 24/7 service that allows you to have a comprehensive and highest tier of cybersecurity that you could or couldn't offer, or that the customer was seeking. Great stuff there. And look, that's just the proposal that came out in about, what was that, 4 minutes, for example. So I highly recommend you guys check it out in the case that you guys were just even wanting to wrap your head around maybe picturing what it would be like to offer MDR to your partners down from there. Okay. We've got a quick question here from Mr. M. Would Sophos MDR be appropriate in setting up an MDR service for the first time, but with customers who don't run Sophos? Absolutely. Yep. Because of their third-party integrations, you don't have to rip and replace. Like I was mentioning before, you are welcome in order to take the telemetry of that third-party endpoint and, of course, run it through MDR in the case that it does integrate. A good thing about that is in the long run, you can have that conversation or to switch them down to Sophos, or get them into the Sophos ecosystem later. But of course, that's probably one of the key wins inside of Sophos MDR right now. Look, we'll switch back to the slide, and we're gonna race through the most important bits, which is the success strategies. You can also get a NIST assessment tool on Sophos. So, just go to Google in Sophos NIST assessment, and they'll be able to help you out as well. I probably won't be able to show that here, but just so it is. Okay, cool. Let's get to the case studies, because I want to make this as real world and as real case as possible. Okay, let's take a look at a Queensland-based customer who's enjoying massive success with MDR right now. They're a silver level partner. Okay, I've got authorized down there because they went from authorized to silver in a staggering amount of time because of MDR. Okay, they're about 10 to 20 staff. Some of these numbers are fudged, in order to keep their privacy, but around that. They're offering MDR as a bolt-on or an upgrade to their current SLAs. Okay, they never had a comprehensive 24/7 SLAs of pen testing and vulnerability testing and whatnot, and they're not white labeling it as well. They're just bolting it on and saying straight up, we now have this comprehensive level of threat protection. Okay, it's Sophos is your SOC. They are your SOC contacts, your security operations center contacts. Contact them in the case that anything goes wrong, but we are offering it there for you in the case that you want that kind of SLA. So it was easy as that. They just went to market with it. They said that the implementation was extraordinarily easy. You punched in the key because they had a whole bunch of people on Central Intercept X Advanced, and off you go. They also have half their fleet on trend. All right, I can say that. I have half this fleet on trend, and they were able to integrate that really easily as well. So half the fleet, half 50-50. If you ever thought that was a bit of a challenge, now Sophos MDR went right into it and it was fine. Around the ballpark, what they're charging per customer, I can a little bit of numbers fudged, but hey, I can kind of say this. They're charging $200 to $400 per user. They've got a whole bunch of third-party products in there as well. Okay, I know that they have hundreds. I know they have a whole bunch of stuff. And you know, they said trend just like before, but they're running it alongside. What their partner cost is $15 per user for MDR Complete. They're only offering MDR Complete, by the way. It's only MDR Complete. So hey, good example of kind of just what they're doing, what's going on. And we'll look at some of the strategies that you know, that are successful in a little bit. But just wanted to give you a picture of what it's like if you're completely starting new. They're targeting finance verticals, right? Because they've got, you know, those finance verticals have licenses which they have to comply with Essential 8, Level 2, and they're also targeting NFPs and academics because the board wants them to have a certain level of protection. So, hey, good picture there. Good picture at a case study of that. Now, on to the next one, which is a platinum level partner, okay, New South Wales based. And they, for context, a lot of people offer MDR as packages, right? Bronze, silver, gold, based on the Essential 8. This is what you need to meet per annum. And no, Mr. A per annum. No, that's monthly, man. That's monthly. There is of course term licenses, yearly licenses, but you know that's not here. Yep, cool. Glad I answered that question for you, man. So yeah, that's monthly. So bronze level and silver packages for this particular partner in New South Wales did not work. You know, based on NIST, based on Essential 8, that kind of stuff, because there wasn't a lot of success because end users constantly try to pick apart. Okay, they try to pick apart bundles. They try to pick apart, and you know, compromising comes naturally when you say, yeah, we don't need this level right here. It's you know, you don't need this level of protection. We can kind of go to the tier lower. Hey, how much does it cost to remove this? How much does it cost to do that? It's not as effective. Okay, so if you're looking at bundles and whatnot, maybe that's not the right place for you. It might be if your customer base is, you know, really likes options, likes having flexibility and whatnot, but it didn't work for this particular platinum partner in the case you were going for that. Okay, what happened? Well, what was rather successful for them, extremely successful, I should say, is that knowing, it sounds harsh, but forcing their customers on to MDR, remembering that they are the experts that lead the conversation in cybersecurity, and the customers will listen to them. They trust your expertise. Okay, customers will usually, and what they found was customers were only usually willing to take on that the package, right? The bronze, silver level, gold, top, bottom, whatever it might be, if they were forced by a third party, right? If they were government funded and they had to meet something, their financial licenses had to be met and something, you know, cybersecurity insurance to uphold. You might find this type of resistance is what I'm saying. If you're offering packages out there in the market, whereas if you talk to the right people, boards and, you know, directors and owners of the business, they're usually pretty damn understanding of the cybersecurity concern, and you can have better traction with them when you're offering a solution that is not only comprehensive but solves all their problems bar none, right? And a good example is, and you know, one of the experts that I talked to, he said, you know, equate the service that you're offering, you know, to a real world example. If your building has an alarm, right, a security guard will essentially come, you know, in the middle of the night, and they will search the premises. They'll, you know, secure, lock down everything, call the police if they have to, raise a report. In the case that that type of thing happens inside of a, you know, a cybersecurity product, will that happen? You know, will that happen with the current level of SLA you're offering? And the most likely the answer is no. If you're talking about this for the first time, they won't. They won't be able to do that. So Sophos MDR is that security guard, right? It's, but you know, on a level of which you can't see inside of your network, for example. So you know, I'm not going to go into any particular numbers about what happened, but this was a good case study of a platinum level partner who didn't go with the traditional package. You know, these are your levels. They just rolled people onto it because they saw that this was in their best interest for all parties. Okay, for all parties in order to have the best level of protection. Okay. Some bonus strategies and tips for what you might want to consider if you're an MSP partner just coming out. Okay, there's apparently in the States, something that worked really well was updating managed service agreements. Okay, so if it's an outdated managed service agreement, and just rolling clients onto the next managed service agreement that had MDR exclusively, just on it. So in your best interests, we deem that the cybersecurity landscape is too hard in order to manage. It's too difficult right now, and in everyone's best interest, it's best to go on a 24/7 managed security service if you trust us enough. And because of all of the threats and all of the major incidents that are happening right now inside of the world, it is definitely a good time in order to do so. So people will be understanding in the case you do so. That's what they were banking on. And it works really well, right? There's also, along the same vein, there's an opt-in and opt-out campaign kind of thing that you can try. There's a whole bunch of assets in the partner portal, which I won't show you right now, but there is, okay? Essentially what an opt-in and opt-out campaign is, essentially saying if you want to still be our client, okay, putting it in the most controversial way possible so you can remember, if you still want to be our client, you need to opt in, or rather opt out of our service. You need to opt into MDR, a 24/7 security service that allow you to have the best threat protection possible. Or if you can't meet that, you need to opt out. Essentially, you need to not become our client anymore, simply because it is the landscape is extremely complicated right now, and the threats are overwhelmingly advanced. Okay, and well, the way that you phrase that, of course, is up to you. But it's a very humbling approach in order to say that our expertise lines up with the truth, the fact that this landscape right now is too hard in order to keep up with. And we need, or rather, every party needs a 24/7 security service in order to have the most comprehensive level of threat protection available. And so that the net outcome is that you do not get breached, you do not have downtime, you do not have, you just don't have a terrible circumstance that surrounds financial loss because your business has been attacked by a threat actor. Okay, um, that's some tips there. And the key things that I want to reiterate when you're having these kind of conversations with partners is making sure you can understand the full value of incident response, of incident response, of the service that you're offering. It's not just an endpoint agent that sits on your computer anymore and just kind of sits there idly and passively detects. No, it's a full scale team that is out there looking at the environment 24/7. Okay, and of course, knowing that your reputation is on the line as a managed service provider providing any kind of SLA. That if you are not able to meet that SLA, or rather, if you are able to meet it in a limited capacity, what will happen in the case that a breach does happen? Because it will eventually happen. We know that it's not. It's simply a matter of when. Okay, knowing that your clients underneath you will get essentially breached. And then, of course, little side point, competitors will easily use that against you and tell you that, yeah, that partner there had this X client and they left them because of this particular type of breach. So, yeah, remember that one because that's going to be in the trivia. But look, let's finish up real quickly in what success will look for you as a partner who's coming into the MDR space in terms of the managed services space. Okay, if it helps you relieve any type of stress internally, it's a success. If it takes away the cost of fulfilling 24/7 services for you or any kind of comprehensive SLA you might have, it's a success. If you focus on your objectives in other service areas like building sales, if you do break and fix, if you do backups, if you do repairs, if you get to focus all of that time that wasn't on solving threats and keeping up to date with cybersecurity threats and updating your clients with their SLAs, then that's a win. It'll also reduce your loss of reputation. In the case that you've got certain verticals that are easily, or rather more primarily targeted by threat actors. Okay, and if you reduce any kind of noise and accelerate your business growth using MDR Complete, that's a success. Because a lot of people ask, what does success look like? Where should I be in X amount of time? And how long's a piece of string? Okay, but the point is 24/7 coverage. No more resourcing problems, no more skill shortages, no more around the clock team, no more at managing that. Okay, and knowing rather that you're in a team, that you're being backed by a team of highly skilled experts, who already have expertise in over 530,000 organizations, that's a success. That's what MDR is there for. I'm not going to cover that, but we do have some incentives that are out there. MDR is free for basically 6 months. So that's a current deal that's going on. Not going to go way too much into it, but talk to your Sophos account manager or your Bluechip account manager in the case that you want the current promotion, which is MDR free. Yes, for 6 months. If you buy a free year, if you buy a free year license. Okay, so free year license, you get 6 months free. It's a good discount on MDR there. Okay, and of course we have upcoming an MDR Mastermind Challenge, which is running June to September, and you could win a huge cash prize in the case that you deal reg and you win an MDR opportunity. All right, so that table on the left-hand side right there, starting at the top, if it's between 15K to 25K, this is in US dollars, and we'll convert it easily, then you will be able to get a $500 gift card. And of course, going upwards, 750, and going upwards again at $1,000. I've just got a question from Mr. K. Any non-for-profit pricing? Yes, there is. It's NFP/government pricing in terms of the SKU price book. So you're more than welcome to just let us know that. And of course, in the case that they have, the not-for-profit has any kind of deal limitations, just put it that way, then yes, you are welcome to discuss that as well, of course, considering it's end of financial year. I won't go way too much into that, but yes, it is available. So I hope that helped, Mr. K. But yeah, keep this in mind, guys, because hey, if MDR deals are big out there and you can get rewarded with a $1,000 gift card, let's go ham. Let's go ham and help you win that prize. Let's play some trivia, guys, because it is, we might just have just enough time to play trivia, so I'm very glad. Let me get that set up for you guys. So get ready to win some prizes. We've got two $50 gift cards and a Samsung soundbar in order to give away. So if you've been listening, this is going to be an awesome time for you. Let's take a look here. Great. Okay, cool. If you can see my screen, and if you can't, let me know. But join CrowdPer. Go to CrowdPer. You can scan the QR code there on your phone, or you can go to crowd.live and enter GTQMS in order for a chance to win some prizes. Okay, GTQMS. Let's have some fun. I'll just wait a few moments so that people can join and people can get in here. Keeping track of this. Let's go. Nice. So I've got 16 people inside of here. 16 people. I'll wait one more minute. And then one more minute we can start up. But yeah, if you've been listening, it's all about MDR and kind of the questions we've been asking. A little bit of general knowledge as well, but hey, you got to make it interesting. You got to make it interesting for people. So we've got 29 attendees, but only 16 people. So I will wait only a few more seconds so that people can have the opportunity to join for some awesome prizes, about $500 worth of prizes. We're going to get kicked off. 17, 18. Okay, this is good. And it's increasing. I'll wait till it hits 20. Just a few more seconds, guys. And if you need something, you can always call that. Okay, we're starting. We're starting on some trivia. Let's do it. Start the countdown in 10 seconds. Let's go. There's about 10 questions, by the way, and the first question is a warm-up, okay? It's just a warm-up. It's only worth 1 point, but it's getting you used to what's going on inside this trivia game. So we got 15 seconds of the clock, and what percentage of end users will be using an MDR and MTR service by 2025? It's just a warm-up, but it's a good little stat to know, okay? It's a good little stat to know what's going on inside of the MDR space, inside of the managed service space, okay? So that's done. What was the correct answer? Should we know? It was 50%. 50% of MDR or of organizations or end users will be using MDR or MTR by 2025. Okay. Let's just quickly show the rankings leaderboard. Okay, cool. We got 14 people answering 78%. Yeah, it's a huge number. So good job there, guys. All right, now it's for the serious stuff. That was worth 1 point. Okay, it's going to be from here on 9 questions. Fastest and most correct answer will get the most points. That's all it is. Let's go. Question 2. An attacker has stolen a user's credentials and is inside your network. What solution will not detect this? Will not detect this. Time's up. What do we got? It is endpoint protection. Just standard antivirus will not detect. You will need managed detection response in order to detect that. We're going to move on to question 3 in the interest of time. Question 3. Is it cheaper to run your own security operations center compared to Sophos MDR or Sophos MTR? Is it cheaper? True or false? True or false, ladies and gentlemen? 3 seconds to go. Let's go. Incredible. It's false. It's never cheaper to run your own compared to just getting outright an instant security operation center by Sophos. It's never cheaper. Let's look at the leaderboards right now. Okay, wonderful. We've got 19 people answered, and the leaderboard right now is we've got Dummy. Dummy is first by 6 points, and we've got 2 ties on 140 points. VB and Bill. Cool. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 4. How much does Sophos MDR breach protection warranty cover? Okay. How much does it cover? If you remember, it's a very lovely number. I can't say too much. It's just a lovely number. I think all of these numbers up here are lovely, but I'd say it's a nice number. And the correct answer was $1 million. It was $1 million breach protection warranty, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who answered. Oh, we've got some people answering 10 million, some people answering 500,000, and some are injured. But yes, majority, it was $1 million breach protection warranty. There we go. Question number 5. We'll check up on the leaderboard in a little bit, but I need my own security team to offer my customers managed detection response. I need my own security team as a partner. I need my own. Is that true or is it false? True or false? And time's up. Let's take a look. It was false. You do not need your own security team. Okay, you can have it in the case that you want to have other levels of MDR, but you do not need it to have that instant security operation center up and running. Let's see the leaderboards. Let's see who's got what. Bill still at the leaderboard. Oh, that's good. Still on the top first place. Then we got a Mark P and Dummy on 2nd and 3rd. So that's good. Awesome, guys. Only a few more questions to go. Okay, question number 6. What is important to remember when going to market with MDR? Okay, what is important to remember when going to market with MDR? This one's a little bit of a tricky one because, Great. What do we got? I believe the most important thing to go in the market is articulating the full value of incident response. Okay, the full value of knowing what happens behind the scenes when you're being attacked, when a threat actor is inside your network, and what goes on behind the scenes and the potential damage it could be caused. Okay, that is the most important thing to remember when going to market with MDR. Let's move on to question 7 because we're running a little bit out of time. Oh, we're just barely on time. This is good. Traditional antivirus solution detects when a new domain and admin account is created at 2 a.m. A traditional antivirus solution. Always or never. It's basically true or false. But what do you guys think? And time's up. What's the correct answer? Never. Of course, a traditional antivirus solution is never going to detect when that happens at 2 a.m. MDR is at your back 24/7. Okay, 24/7. 365 days a year, so that they'll be able to notify and eliminate as well that threat while you guys are out there sleeping peacefully. Love it. It's time to look at the rankings leaderboard. We've got, some people have been surpassed. We've got TT and Greg B and CJS as the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Okay. And that's right. In order to, I've just got a quick thing from my marketing team. If you want to claim your prizes, make sure you take a screenshot when you win. If you are a winner, make sure you take a screenshot of your little screen, and then you can send it to me. I'll put my email address up on the slideshow later. It's davidn@bluechipit.com.au, and that's how you claim your prize. Okay, just as a quick round to my marketing team. Okay, so let's go back, and it's question 8. Question 8. What reports are available in MDR? What reports? We talked about some reports in this webinar. What reports? Is it live, hourly, daily, yearly, fortnightly, maybe, monthly, weekly? Who knows? Who knows what you can see in terms of reports in MDR? And time's up. What do we got? We got monthly and weekly. That's right. You can see monthly and weekly reports in MDR in order to report back to your customers or just see what the team is doing. Of course, you can get threat reports as well in the case something does happen, but we took a look at that earlier inside the webinar. Okay, and we're gonna go for the last 2 questions actually. Question 9 and 10, last 2 questions. What MDR tools can you use on the Sophos Partner Portal? We went through a little bit of a demo and I mentioned some inside of this webinar. What MDR tools can you use on the Sophos Partner Portal? MDR tools. Time's up. What do we got? It was the MDR proposal generator and the NIST assessment you can use on the partner portal. Okay, the MDR proposal generator will allow you in order to put really quickly together something neat and tidy in order to take a look at what it's like in order to go to market, or you can of course use it in order to bring it to your end users as well. We're going to take a look at the leaderboard real quick. We got Greg B on first place. Oh, barely by a point, literally by a point, 480 versus 479, and of course a Kevin K down below at 469. So this is the last question, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Last question in order to win some really cool prizes. Okay, let's bring this down here. And what strategy was most effective for that platinum partner? For that platinum partner we talked about, for that case study, what strategy was most effective in going to market with MDR? Was it developing packages based around an Essential 8 NIST? Maybe. I'm kidding. Time's up. Let's take a look at what it was. It was forcing clients onto MDR, using their best interests, of course. And that is the worst way to put it, to be honest. But quite frankly, it was the most successful. So if you ever feel like it, it's basically not giving them a choice, because you understand that the cybersecurity landscape right now is rather ridiculous, and they deserve to be on the best protection possible. Okay, we're going to take a look at the winners and see who won the Samsung soundbar, and of course, second and third place prize is a $50 gift card. Show the rankings leaderboard. We got Greg B, Kevin K, and TT. Congratulations, guys. You guys did really, really well. Thank you so much for playing, everyone here. Thank you. I'm a little bit congested right now, so I'm gonna keep at it, but you guys have won. Make sure you take a screenshot, please. If you're second and first, second, and third place, take a screenshot of your winnings so that we can you can give that to us and you can claim your prizes. That's how you can claim your prizes, right? That's basically the end of it, guys. That's basically the end of it. I will put up really quickly my details here in case that you want it. Oh, I've started from the beginning. That's not very good. Let's go all the way to the end. Claim your prize. Okay, email me at davidn@bluechipit.com.au. That's davidn@bluechipit.com.au. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Okay, it's a big thank you from us at Bluechip, and of course Sophos for sponsoring a little bit of these prizes in order for you guys to have a lovely day and learn a little bit MDR. Okay. If anyone has any questions, you're more than welcome in order to contact us, visit the microsite, contact our team, get some quotes from us and all that kind of good jazz. But it was a pleasure seeing every single person here, joining a little bit of trivia, winning some prizes on a Thursday afternoon, and of course, learning about MDR. If you need anything, you can contact your Bluechip account manager, myself, or your Sophos account manager. Okay, that's a wrap. And I hope you guys have a good lunch. Happy Thursday.